welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to bust a big nutrition myth that a lot of us believe. Think yogurt is the undisputed king of calcium? Well, as you're about to find out, the real story is actually way more interesting.
All right, so first things first, we need a baseline, right? Our starting point is a standard 6-ounce serving of plain, non-fat yogurt. That'll give you about 284 milligrams of calcium, which is roughly 22% of what you need in a day. And hey, that's pretty good. But is it the best?
So, are you ready for this? What if I told you there are some everyday foods, maybe even some you've eaten this week, that totally blow yogurt out of the water when it comes to calcium? Let's meet the contenders. Okay, kicking things off with a real curveball. Quiche. Yeah, I know, that delicious savory tart you might have for brunch. Turns out it's a secret calcium heavyweight. Get this, just one single slice of a standard cheese quiche has a massive 427 milligrams of calcium. I mean, that's not just a little more than yogurt, that's way more. We're talking over 32% of what you need for the day, all packed into one tasty slice. Here's a little pro tip. The filling really does make a difference. A classic cheese quiche is the absolute champion here. But even if you toss in some poultry or fish, the calcium only drops a little bit, to about 371 milligrams, which, still totally crushes our yogurt benchmark. All right, on to challenger number 2. And for this one, we're looking at a plant-based powerhouse that's a staple in kitchens all over the globe: tofu. You're not going to believe this, but just a little 3-ounce serving of fried tofu gives you 315 milligrams of calcium. So, yup, it officially knocks yogurt off its pedestal, making it one of the absolute best plant-based calcium sources you can find. For sure. And look, tofu is so much more than just a calcium source. It's like a nutritional all-star, right? It's loaded with protein, those good-for-you polyunsaturated fats, iron, magnesium. I mean, the list just goes on. There's even some interesting research suggesting it might be great for your heart health. Okay, so it probably won't blow your mind to hear that other dairy products are in the running. I mean, yogurt comes from milk, so it makes sense to see how it stacks up against its own family members. So, if you take a look at this, you'll see it's a really close race. A cup of 1% milk gets you 305 milligrams of calcium. Then, you have a cup of low-fat kefir, which pulls ahead with 316 milligrams. So, while it's not a huge difference, they both do technically beat out yogurt. Now, you might be hearing kefir and wondering, what exactly is that? Well, it's a lot like a drinkable yogurt. It's fermented, but it's made using these things called kefir grains. And don't worry, they're not grains like wheat or rice. It's this cool little colony of good bacteria and yeast. And because of that process, it is absolutely packed with probiotics. So, we've got all these fantastic sources of calcium. But here's the catch. Just eating these foods is only half the battle. There's a secret ingredient, a really crucial piece of the puzzle that we need to talk about to make it all work. And here it is. The absolute key is vitamin D. You can eat all the calcium in the world, but your body can't actually absorb and use it without vitamin D. Think of vitamin D as the gatekeeper that lets all that good calcium into your system. It really breaks down into a simple 3-step process. 1, you eat those awesome calcium-rich foods. The quiche, the tofu, the kefir. 2, you make sure you're getting enough vitamin D, whether it's from sunlight, certain foods, or a supplement. And 3, that vitamin D gets to work, unlocking the door so your body can soak up all the benefits. It's as simple as that. Okay, so let's do a quick recap here. The big takeaway? Next time you're thinking about bone health, don't just automatically reach for the yogurt. Remember that savory quiche and plant-based tofu are serious heavy hitters. And even within the dairy aisle, milk and kefir have a slight edge. But the most important thing to remember, the golden rule, is that calcium needs its sidekick, vitamin D. So now you know the real story behind calcium. You've got some amazing and maybe even surprising new options to choose from. The only question left is, which one are you going to add to your plate this week?